What is up, YouTube? It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to review number 4 of the movies. April is 80s movies month, and boy, do I have a great one for you guys today. This is a awesome action movie from 1985 that kicks ass. The lead kicks ass. This action movie kicks ass, and I don't care what the critics think about it. And you cannot remake this movie the same way again. And that is Arnold Schwarzenegger's Commando. Yes, the director's cut on Blu-ray. This movie is freaking awesome. 80s nostalgia, if you will. This is the Steelbook Blu-ray that came out last year. They re-released it on Blu-ray this time with the director's cut, not that bare bones Blu-ray that came out many years ago in like the 2000s, I believe. This movie kicks ass. This is an awesome action movie. Very basic, just like Taken. It's got the same premise. This is an ex-soldier that his daughter gets kidnapped by this Spanish crime boss that takes her to Valverde's, I believe it is, and he has to go after her. And see, it's a man looking for his daughter. That's not unmanly. I don't know why people thought that was a bad idea. I'm like, that should have been in the freaking Silent Hill movie. Not, oh, it has to be a woman. Has to be a woman. Has to be a woman. Newsflash, Hollywood. We don't always need a woman to kick ass all the time. It's good, but when you oversaturate it, it becomes tedious. Back in the 80s, we had men kicking ass, and we bought it more. Yes, there were good women in the 80s that kicked ass, Sigourney Weaver and Cynthia Rothrock, etc. But we want to see testosterone-filled men kicking ass and ripping guys to shreds. This is what Arnold does in this movie. He is just a badass. You could not remake this movie and put Emily Blunt. It would never work like Commando with a woman. It wouldn't work. I'm sorry. I'm not a sexist. I love women in films. Scarlet Witch in the Avengers and Black Widow and Elsa and Anna from Frozen. I'm fine with that. But back in the 80s, they knew what to do. They made a kick-ass action movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger that it still holds up. I saw this on Blu-ray last year and I was like, wow, this movie is freaking awesome. It was better than any summer release that came out last year. It was better than Terminator Genesis. It was better than Man from Uncle. It was better than freaking Jurassic World. It was better. It was better, lower budget, and it was freaking awesome. And it's nonstop action. It's not an hour of nothing, and then you have to wait for the action at the end. Arnold is just blowing through people. He cuts a guy's freaking arm off. He cuts it off like he's Jason Voorhees. That's how badass he is. He fights Bill Duke in a hotel room. They smash through a room, and the while these two people are making a porno. Which, believe me, if I had footage, I would never show that because I would get a copyright claim, and that's been killing people on YouTube this year. But fuck that, they're not gonna get nothing out of me. This movie's awesome. You want to see an 80s action movie done well? See this movie. Grab up DVD, Blu-ray, just watch it. This is freaking awesome. It's not cheesy because it's from 31 years ago. And there is a strong female in the movie. The flight attendant, played by Ray Don Chong. See, she's fine, but she's not overbearing. She doesn't steal the movie from Arnold. This is Arnold's movie. I lied and freaking, oh, you're a funny guy, Sully. I like that. That's why I'm going to kill you last. That's awesome. See, badassery. That's badass action, movie, one-liners that you can never, ever forget. And the nostalgia critic enjoyed this movie. He says it's freaking, he loves this movie, but it's stupid as hell. But yeah, what works in the movie works. And Arnold works. The Australian guy, I think he's from The Road Warrior. He's so over the top, and he cracks me up. Like when he takes a knife and he throws his gun, and then he tries to cut Arnold's, tries to slice him in half. It's hilarious because these guys are like looking at each other like this. It's just great. I love this movie. This is one of Arnold's best films. I wouldn't want a sequel because it would just fuck it up and use bad CGI, make it PG-13, and throw somebody like Emily Blunt or DR or anybody that I don't give a shit about in the film and just make it their movie and not Arnold. This film, it could stand on its own. We don't need a sequel or a reboot. It's badass. You cannot get better than this. The score is awesome by I think it's James Horner, who did I think he did Avatar and Titanic and a bunch of other films. And you have a great. This is when Stephen E. D'Souza could write, and he was a good screenplay writer and producer. And Mark L. Lester directed this. I believe he did other movies as well. I think he did the Superman movies after or that's Richard Lester, one of them. But he's done some other stuff. I gotta check up on what else he's done. But this movie's awesome. I love this movie. I'm glad I got it on Blu-ray. I gotta see it again. It's got a full length commentary with director Mark L. Lester that I want to listen to this year. Arnold kicks ass. The movie has a ton of action. It's bloody. It's R rated. It's gory. It has a fast pace. It's 90 minutes. Perfect. See, you don't need a 2.5 hour movie to get your point across. Just give us what we want, and this movie gives me what I want. And I cannot say that, I cannot ever take those words back. I love this movie. It's freaking awesome. And you can watch the theatrical cut. The director's cut is just a few seconds added. It's not like a completely different cut of the movie like Daredevil, but this movie kicks ass. That's all I can say. That's 80s done right. That's 80s cinema for the freaking movie fans like me. Not these cocksuckers that are on YouTube that are like, I want to bitch about everything. I want to bitch about The Force Awakens. I want to bitch about BVS. I want to bitch about Civil War. I want to bitch about. I don't want to hear it, okay? If you want to see the past, watch this and shut your face. So anyway, that's just a blind, a sucker punch to those haters out there that just hate on everything. It just pisses me off. But anyway, that's what the block button's for on YouTube. Anyway, thanks you guys for watching this video. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. I'm glad I got that off my chest because I needed to vent some frustration I've had for the last 4 months. It's been freezing over here in the Northeast. And I don't know why it's 40 degrees in the month of April. I'm just dumbfounded. But anyway, the weather will get better by the month of May. I know that. There's no way it's going to be 40 degrees when I see Civil War. It can't be. It's got to be at least 60. But anyway, this is not about the weather. Stay tuned for my next video. It'll be number 5. I'll probably review it later today. It'll be another film and from the 80s that you will definitely get a kick out of. But go see Commando. This is a 80s classic. Later.